Yo, Muddy Waterz Podcast. This your boy Shaq Sims, and I'm here right now with an all-around boss, entrepreneur, boss lady, head woman in charge, CEO of Boss Your Life Up. I mean, she's an all-around Renaissance woman, but just call her boss. You know what I'm saying? Call her boss lady. But I appreciate you for coming on the show, cause you're a busy woman. Like, you're doing a lot around the city. You got clothing lines. You got fashion shows. You're doing everything.
Trying to stay busy.
Yeah, that's the only way you're going to have some motion, some real paper going on, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah, for sure. You're doing it big. I see you, you know what I'm saying? I see you shining. You know, all go with everything. But, for the people who don't know you, I mean, your name is buzzing around the city. Everybody knows you. I mean, from your local mom and pops to your celebrities, to everybody. Like, for the people who don't know you, like, tell them where you come from.
Well, I'm from here, actually.
You from here?
I just was back and forth from here in New York.
Okay.
I went to Irmo to like 10th, 11th grade, and I was out again. I don't know.
So, growing up, right? I mean, being that you grew up in South Carolina and New York, you know, what did that do for your aspirations? Because, I mean, coming from New York, I'd imagine you were born there, right?
No, here.
Oh, you were born here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so being a girl from South Carolina moving up to New York, like, was that a culture shock? You coming from...
Definitely different.
You coming from, like, small town feel to big city of dreams, like, you know, people wearing, Timberland boots, you know, with baggy jeans down here. Niggas up there is wearing BB Simon and, you know, all these different designer clothes, Burberry, Gucci, and all of that stuff. Like, what did that do for your taste at that time? Because, it seems like a lot of your businesses and your aspirations are driven by fashion.
Yes.
So what did that do for your aspirations back then?
It actually grew them. Because I had the best of both worlds. So it was kind of like I was one person there and then I was able to be another person here. But when I used to go there in the summertime and then come back here, it would be totally different.
What do you mean by that?
Totally different.
Like, what do you mean you could be one person there and one person here?
Because, like, things that we do down here, they don't do up there. So, if I'm coming from here and going there, and they like, nah, that's country. Like,
eating hot sausages and pickled eggs.
That's country. But then my father actually lived there.
Yeah.
And my mom was here.
Okay.
So, it was like, he raised me how he wanted to raise me when I was there. But then when I came back here, it was a totally different ball game. So it was like all boy, and you got all girl. So it was different.
It was like a perfect mesh, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it prepared you for the world.
It did.
It prepared you for the world.
It did. Saw a lot.
Yeah.
Seen a lot. Did a lot.
What part of New York did you live in?
Harlem.
Oh man, that's why you so fly. That's where the flyest people come from, right? Harlem.
You could say that.
That's what I hear. You know, Cameron, Jim Jones, all them niggas talk about Harlem. That's where the flyest niggas come from. Dame Dash and all of that stuff. So back then, what were your aspirations as a little girl?
Well, back then it was dirt bikes, boxing, corner park, basketball, Rucker Park. That was everything that I was introduced to there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Then when I came back, it was boxing here too, because my mom was actually pro at the time, so she was fighting and stuff too. So it was kind of like, you know, I had but then I transformed as I got older, and then I started to cheerlead and the dance and the step. So I kind of like took a U-turn, like,
what?
I want to be a girl.
Now you live two lives for real.
Yeah.
Wow. So you can beat damn near anybody up.
Mm-hmm.
You can damn near beat anybody up, man. You know your hands lethal. Are your hands registered? Yeah.
They were. I haven't got it updated because I haven't been fighting. So.
What? How does that work though? Like your hands are because I hear niggas say that all the time. Like, nigga, my hands registered.
You're not allowed to fight on the street, so you go to jail. It's kind of like a weapon. Your hands become a gun once you get registered.
What?
So if anybody know that and you fight them and they feel like, all right, well, I'm gonna tell, then it's over.
What?
Yeah.
So you have to get to a certain point of expertise that to know how to fight to get your hands registered, or anybody can do that?
Anybody can do that. But you gotta, you got amateur and you got pro.
Yeah.
So you start off with amateur is headgear, pro is no headgear, and it's like all paid. Amateur is no paid, but it's different levels.
What? Mm-hmm. That is crazy. You don't even look like, you know what I'm saying, a boxer. Like, I mean, you can't judge a book by its cover, but I'm just saying. Yeah. So when did you stop boxing? Stop training, I guess.
My 9th grade year of high school.
Okay.
9th grade.
When you start getting your nails done.
Yeah, I was a cheerleader in 10th grade.
Okay. Wow. So was it easy to leave that alone?
No.
It wasn't?
I'm still around. And actually, there's a fight tomorrow.
Where at?
Jamil Temple.
Okay. Are you involved in the fight or? Wow. That is crazy. You got your hands in everything.
For life. Yeah, that's going to be for life. That's like family. We all grew up around each other, so.
Yeah. That's dope as hell. That's super dope. Now, back then, what did you aspire to do with your life? Like, what was your dream job at that time?
I was still into fashion, so the dream for me was being able to work in the mall in the shoe store. So that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
My first job was at Publix at 15. Then after Publix at 16, I went straight to Foot Locker.
Okay.
Then after Foot Locker, I went straight to what was it? DTLR. Like I was always into like shoes, like everything that ever came out, I had it. Every shoe that dropped, I needed it. Every like that was just me.
Yeah.
So back then, it was just like fashion, like that. That was what I was working in. I've been in retail from 15 to 23.
Yeah. Wow. Did you ever get to management level?
Yeah. I was a key holder and I was assistant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, when you started to get into retail, did it ever grow like back then to maybe I need to sell clothes or maybe I need to design my own clothes? Or was it like, I've arrived, I'm doing what I love, I'm working in a cool store?
Yeah, basically. Basically. And then I've always been the type of person where I ain't, if I took a picture in it, I went out in it, I ain't wearing it again. I don't never wear the same thing twice. So it was like, that's when my brain started working. Like, damn, bitch, like, what you gonna do? Come up with your own shit. Wear your own shit.
Yeah.
You're spending all this money. Why not? But yeah.
Damn, you was bougie back then like that? 15, 16?
For that.
Shit.
Every season, we cleaned out closets and got whole new wardrobes. Yeah. It wasn't, you know how normal people be like, when the school year over, then you get new stuff. Nah,
yeah.
Like in between, we was cleaning.
What?
Yeah.
God damn, your people need to adopt me. That's dope as hell, though. So when did you actually start getting into designing your own clothes?
That was like 2014. Chris had his first, was it the first? What was it? Car show on Briar River Road.
Okay.
Right across from, no, that wasn't. Yeah, that was it. Across from
360 was the first one.
Well, the second one. Across from that gas station in Circle K and Sonic. And I was like, I think I want to have a clothing line. Back then, it was just like a basic tank top and a t-shirt. The shirt was like a turquoise, and then the girls, no, the boy, I didn't even have boys. I only had girls. So it was like a turquoise shirt that just said like BYLU, and then it was like brush off simple shit. That was my first shirt.
Yeah.
I had a tank top and I had a regular shirt. And I was like, all right, I'm going to bring it out and I'm going to sell it at the show. And then I started from there and I was like, damn, I think this is what I want to do.
How much did you make that day, if you can remember?
I think I had 20 shirts and I only had like 4 or 5 left. They went. And from there I was like,
that
in
boosted
my brain,
you.
I'm already a hustler, so I'm like, shit, nigga, what? I'm
It's
about to
lit.
sell this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, damn. So then I started putting shit together, sending shit. Shout out to Ink Me. That was actually the first company I ever went through to get anything done. That was my first printing company ever. And then I ended up getting pregnant. So I was like, I'm going to chill.
Yeah.
Focus on my family, focus on my house. So then I stopped.
Damn.
Yeah. Took a break, took a
Yeah.
seat.
Yeah.
And went back to work in my 9 to 5.
But you still gotta buy them clothes every season, though. You know what I'm saying? So once you get over that new parenting fever, then you like, shit, it's time to get some new shit.
Yeah.
It's time to hustle again. Get back on my shit. Yeah. So what did becoming a mother do to your hustle and ambition? I'd imagine that put you in the overdrive.
Overdrive. I was already who I was before the parenting, but when that parenting came, it was a whole nother bracket because I was raised a certain type of way. So in my brain, I'm like, I got to do my child the same way because it's only right. So I was like, all right, well, I know what I want for her.
Yeah.
And in order to make that happen, I'm going to have more than a 9 to 5.
That 9 to 5 shit is whack. Just living solely off of that. I mean, it's great to have a 9 to 5. We all got them. But it's like, damn, that damn net pay be a motherfucker. It's like cooking spinach. You know how you cook spinach? It's like cooking spinach. That shit draw up. Like, that shit be trash. Yeah. So, you know, what's your definition of a boss? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, I talk to many different people who wear many different hats. And I done met niggas at jobs that I done had that said, I mean, even if you got a job, you your own boss because you working for yourself. You know, you working for your own paycheck. You ain't working for these people. But then you got niggas who say if you making your own money independently, then you a boss. Or other people will say, shit, if you working for yourself, you feeding yourself, everything comes strictly from you, and you ain't got no ties to anybody giving you a check. So that's your definition of a boss.
That's a boss. But I don't really like the term boss.
Yeah.
I'm more of a leader type of person.
Okay.
Like, boss just seem like real kind of, it depends on how you say it, in a sentence, arrogant to me. Like, you know?
Yeah.
But everybody's definition is different. But I'm big on making sure I'm straight, but I'm definitely big on, I need everything around me to be moving too. Yeah. So that's where the leader come in. Like, because at the end of the day, you can't do everything by yourself. Nah. Everybody needs somebody. Mm-hmm. Even if you is a boss, you still need somebody that's going to be that right hand, or somebody that's going to help you, or people around you that's put in a position for different reasons.
Or employees.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of like, yeah. Even as an employee, I might be a boss to the outside world, but I still clock in for somebody else. Yeah. From 7:30 to 3:30. So it's just kind of like, yeah, I ain't there yet, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, you getting there. And I'm sure it's been times where you've made more from your businesses than you did with your regular paycheck in the 2 weeks' time.
Absolutely.
How does that feel?
Not even in 2 weeks' time. Sometimes, 2 days, 3 days.
How that feel, though? Honestly, the first time you did that, I want to hear about this. Like,
it makes me want to be like,
fuck these motherfuckers. Like, goddamn.
I'm about to quit. Then you got to be like, all right, back to reality. Chill out. Yeah. Because it's just like the dope game. It ain't always sweet. Yeah. Shit gonna be dry sometimes. So you gotta make sure you got that triple saved up before you can actually move and do anything. Facts. So it's like, yeah, you on your high horse right now, nigga, but everybody ain't got money flowing in 24/7. So it's like, you gotta move smart. Mm-hmm.
Now talk about that first time when you made more than your actual paycheck. Right? Like, what was the situation? What was the product that you were selling? Or what was the endeavor that you were chasing at that time that brought you that type of money in?
Them sweatsuits.
The sweatsuits?
Them sweatsuits. Matter of fact, I just had a memory from last year. I shipped out 30 in a day. 30.
You went to work bougie as a motherfucker, ain't it? You went to work bougie the next day, ain't it?
And I'm like, so it's like, even when it's dry, even when you have times where you feel like, man, I don't want to do this shit. Yeah. You got to think about the times where, like, I can do this shit. Like, yeah. It's just time to regroup. What you did back then that you ain't doing now. Yeah. Redirect self. Mm-hmm. But 30 sweatsuits in one day.
God damn. How did that feel? Like, I know that felt crazy. Like, because, I mean, the idea that you have in your mind, right? You'll never start a project if you don't think you can get paid from it or you don't think it's going to become successful. But to actually have it become successful, what does that do to you mentally? Does it, because some people in those situations can get lax. Like, you know what? I done made my bread. I done got what I need. I'm chilling. And then you got motherfucker that's like, well, if I can sell 30, well, I might be able to sell 60 next week.
I'm that motherfucker.
You that motherfucker? Yeah.
I can't get complacent. I don't like being comfortable. Yeah. I'm always like, all right, I did that. Let me top it. What can I do to top it? What can I do to make it better than it was before? Just like when we was talking before. It's just kind of like, all right, well, now I'm on show 4. Yeah. What I'm going to do different. Yeah. It's like, it's always a level up from where you started. Like, what can I do now?
Yeah. But do you ever sit back and be like, and just like, reflect on your past and your present and compare the two and be like, damn, look how far I've come? Do you do that? How often do you do that?
Every day, because I'm still battling with the old me.
I'm talking about, well, of course, we all are, and that's a good thing, though. That's a good thing that you're battling with the old you, because that means you're growing. But I'm talking about where you started at as far as like your business aspirations and stuff like that.
2 t-shirts. No mini t-shirts, just regular basic shit. It was just BYLU, like, and on the back it just say, like I said, that it was like BYLU, and then a brush off simple shit. Like, it was like, to me, when I look at that, I'm like, what the fuck was you doing? It was a start, but that ain't it. Mm-hmm. The more I became, from 2016 to 2019, it's 2016 when I started again. We in 2019 now. I've seen and I've been in places, I've been in rooms with different people. I've seen different outlooks of how people look at things. And for it to be global and not just your audience, you got to think bigger than I can't give you a shirt that say brush off simple sheet and you take it and wear it to work. Everybody know dress down day on Friday. You can't wear that.
No, getting fired.
Yeah.
Facts.
So it's like, it was growth. Mm-hmm. I went from putting stupid shit on. Well, it wasn't stupid to me because I felt like that's what I lived off of. Brush off simple shit. I don't be pressed about, certain shit. So put it on a shirt.
And that's where you were at the time.
Yeah.
That's where you were at the time. I mean, that was probably something that you came up with probably because of a situation that happened or whatever. Or you probably was just like, you know what? I feel like a boss today. I could put boss on the shirt, but I got to come up with something catchier than that. So that was your definition of boss at the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you were at that time. So it wasn't stupid. It's just where you were at that time. And I'm sure if you had to break down acronyms for boss, it would probably be totally different now than it was back then. You probably got so many different other acronyms for BOSS, it'll be crazy. You know what I'm saying? So you grew a lot in that time. Definitely. So what advice do you have for women, especially, that want to become bosses, that want to follow in your footsteps? What advice do you have?
Make sure you have a passion for what you're doing and not just doing it because it's something to do. A lot of people jump and do stuff because they feel like, oh, well, it's working for this person, so let me go ahead and try it too. Mm-hmm. And then you a year or two in and everybody like, well, what happened? What happened was you didn't sit down and you didn't think it out and say, what is it that I really want to do? Is this something that I have a passion for? Because with no passion, there's no product. Facts. With no passion, there's no nothing with no passion. Mm-hmm. Because eventually, it's just like a job. You liked it at first because the money was good, but is that what you really want to do? No. So my advice is, whatever you do, make sure you stay consistent. Make sure you stay focused. Make sure it's your passion. And make sure you're willing to put in the work. But also, you got to stay out your feelings. Got to stay out your feelings. And
is that hard being a woman? Staying out your feelings?
Depending on how you was raised or what type of woman you are.
You was beating niggas up in Harlem with boots on, so it's different. It's different.
It's not hard. It's not hard. It's just depending on who you are as a person. Everybody was raised different. Everybody different. Everybody not the same. Mm-hmm. And everybody handle things differently. Yeah. If I'm ever in my feelings, I'm gonna push my hustle. I don't do the internet.
It drives you.
Yeah, that's gonna gas me.
You hear that, Chris? Make her mad. Y'all gonna make some millions. Keep piss off on purpose. On New Year's Eve, like at 11:59, let her bring in the New Year mad, cause like you said, that drives you. You know they say how you bring in the New Year, that'll just be how you, yeah. No, I'm just messing with you. But nah, you were saying stay out your feelings though. But you know what? They always say you can't mix feelings with business.
And then it's like some people say it's never personal. But how you make your money is always personal. Facts.
Especially when a nigga playing with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of that.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, you just got to know how to maneuver around it.
Yeah. You ever wanted to put the gloves on with a motherfucker, like, in business? Like, because I'd imagine, you dealing with, because, I mean, in the things that you do, I mean, you got fashion shows, and we're going to get into the fashion shows because that shit is dope. But you dealing with your fashion shows, right? You got to book venues. You got to deal with vendors. You got to deal with artist managers. You got to deal with clothing. I mean, you got to deal with all of these different people. Then you got a clothing line. You got to deal with motherfuckers trying to play with your money, cash out. You probably got niggas who want to dispute charges but still want you to send them the shit. Like, all type of stuff. Mm-hmm. How do you not get your feelings wrapped up into it? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's easy to say that you won't, but we human at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And things happen, and we slip. So how do you draw yourself back and say, you know what? Let me just keep moving forward. I might end up taking an L in this situation, but I still need to just move forward. Fuck it. Keep pushing.
To the outside world, that's all you gonna see. I'm gonna pop my shit in private.
Yeah.
Oh, I let it out. It's just never known. I have self-control.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm feeling some type of way or something, touched the nerve, because at the end of the day, I'm still who I am. Like I said, I'm still working on me.
Yeah.
But I also have the mindset, like, it could be 1,000 motherfuckers trying to railroad me or make me be a certain type of person that I ain't. But in my brain, I'm so confident in who I am. You can't stop shit I got going on if that's what's meant for me. So it's just like, all right, cool. But at the end of the day, them numbers gonna still be what it is. I can't put energy into something that's not gonna bring me profit. So the more time you put into trying to figure out, okay, well, how I'm gonna address this situation, I'm not gonna address it. I address my situations with my success.
Yeah. Damn. Wow. What did you do to get to that point? Because that's a level of zen a lot of motherfuckers ain't got. Did you take a lot of L's and realize, you know what, I got to change. Like, I got to do shit different. Huh?
My child.
Your child? Got something more to live for.
And I got a daughter. I don't have a son. So it's just kind of like.
You got to lead by example.
Got to lead by example. I don't want her being like me. I was in and out of school, suspended, up for expulsion, dropped out, got a GED. Nobody ever thought I was going to be who I am today. But I'm here.
Don't say that, though. Don't say you don't want her to be like you, though.
Not that part. Not that part.
But
so
that
I have
part.
To show you who I'm always going to tell her who I was.
Yeah.
Old enough.
Yeah.
But that's not something she need to worry about.
She not.
Yeah.
She not going to do that.
So the example that I lead now is the way that I want you to be when you get to where I'm at, when she get older. But I don't want that side exposed. Because, like, come on, man. I mean, we all grown. You got people I got people I went to school with who probably gonna grow up with her and be like, yo, your mama used to be crazy. Like,
you was crazy? I can't believe it. You was crazy back in the day?
I mean, depending on who telling the story. I don't think so.
You need to find your MySpace. That's what's gonna tell it all. Find your MySpace. Hey, anybody out there who can find her MySpace, please send it to me. I gotta see it. You used to be fighting in the club and stuff, like National Guard Key House and stuff?
Never went to the club.
Never? Okay, so
my shit was based strictly school.
So we're gonna derail a little bit. Like, what type of trouble were you getting into? Because you say you didn't go to the club. That's where a lot of shit happened at. So you were strictly a school menace, like going to school fucking shit up. You were just fighting in school. Was it just fighting, or was it just being an all around just bad kid?
I just felt like it. You know how when certain kids have everything, you become a target. Like, that bitch thinks she got that. She got this, she got that. Every time I turn around, she got this, she got that. And then, back then, high school was high school. So when you dating a certain type of somebody and then you got this certain type of reputation and you pop on, then there comes hate and beef. Mm-hmm. And with my mindset, I'm here during the school year, but I'm in New York in the summertime. And I got my daddy in one ear, my mother in my other ear. My mother like, nah, leave it alone. Then you got my daddy like, fuck him up. Deal with it later.
Damn.
I had two different upbringings. I had a mellow, and then I had a I'll bail you out.
Damn. So you had a real New York daddy.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, man. That nigga used to wear Timberlands with one pant leg rolled up and shit. To this day? Mm-hmm. God damn, yeah, he's a real New York nigga. He taught you how to box?
Well,
he put you into it. Like, he got you into it?
She did, but that was right up his alley. Because to him, I'm not his daughter. He called me his little nigga. So that's how he treated me growing up. Yeah.
What? Mm-hmm. Wow. That's crazy. That's wild.
He was mad when the cheerleading and the dancing and step.
He was mad?
Yeah. He
didn't want you to be a girl? Do you have any brothers? Did he want a son?
I got a brother, but he was down here.
Oh.
And I got another sister that he lived with. Well, my sister grew up with my daddy. I didn't grow up with my daddy.
Mm-hmm.
They was in the same household. But I was the firstborn. I'm the firstborn, first grand, first everything. So it's just kind of like, you the one.
Yeah. Damn. That's crazy. So whether you was a boy or a girl, that's my little nigga, regardless. Because you was firstborn. Mm-hmm. Hold a special place in his heart. I can see that. So how did you get into the fashion shows? Because that's different. I mean, I've seen little fashion shows, but I've never seen people like do it on the scale that you've done it on. Like, as far as bringing the whole city out, bringing different artists to perform, shit being on the radio. I mean, motherfucker talking about the fashion show everywhere you go.
That was lit.
What drove you to do that? Like, what was the inspiration behind that?
My first show was actually with Marquez.
Okay.
Barber.
Okay.
In Lindbergh. They actually introduced me to my first show. I did my first show with them at what's that place on Fair Road that everybody used to party at?
Jamil was the first one, Muddy Waterz.
No, that was the second one.
First, and then went over there.
Well,
That's Young Boss in the background.
Well, Jamil Tim, I did my first fashion show with them. And then I was like, damn, I could do this. So I was like, shit, fuck it, run it. I want to have a fashion show.
Yeah.
So that was my first one, was at Salute the Shows. Was that 2017? Yeah, 2017, Salute the Shows. I think I had my first show, it's like 25 vendors, 6 designers, and maybe like 200 people.
Shit.
So the second show, boom.
Now, do you charge for tickets? Sorry to interrupt. Do you charge for tickets to get in?
I had tickets. I had VIP. VIP was sold out. I had tickets. And I charged for the designers to have they had their fee, and then 6 people they could bring to walk. And then 2018 was Salute the Shows again. I outgrew Salute the Shows by then. I sold out. It was people in the inside, and it was people in the lobby. Like, there was no room for nothing. Like, I think I had 20 VIP tables, 6 people per table. I sold an ass of tickets, and I had participation. I had over 100 people participating. But also, you got to think about it. Anybody participating is also paying. So it's just kind of like you got them people and you got people coming in. But when I do it, I try to get people from all over, because it's kind of like that's how you grow your buzz.
Mm-hmm. All sides.
Anytime I got a show, I'm everywhere. I'm never home. I'm everywhere, because you can't expect people to show you love if you ain't showing nobody else love.
Facts.
So it's just kind of like, shit, off of the strength being me. Yeah, I work full time. Yeah, I got a job. Yeah, I got a family. But at the same time, like, I also like to show love. Like, so if anybody was having anything, I was there. Like, or if I couldn't make it, I still bought a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
My presence not there, but the money there. Like, all right, I couldn't do it. Here you go. So
better than me. Not buying a motherfucking thing if I ain't going.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like you think like that.
Fuck that. This podcast ain't paid me shit yet. Fuck you niggas. No, I'm just playing. But no, that's real shit though. That's real shit though.
So
for real.
After that, I was like, 2018, the storm came.
I remember that.
So my shit got pushed back. It got delayed.
Mm-hmm.
So it went from September to December. And that shit stressed me the fuck out, because I was like, damn, I got all this participation. This is my second show. The fuck I'm gonna do?
Right.
So, not knowing, so I had to put out a letter, let them know, like, hey, it's beyond my control. Salute the Show's not opening up. It's closed. We got that big storm, and a lot of my supporters are from the Low Country, so they got hit. So I'm like, I can't be selfish and still try to let stuff go on, knowing people got issues, flooding and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I pushed it back to December. That shit made the participation grow bigger than it was gonna be in September.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like good timing. Everything happened for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
At that point in December, once the tickets started selling and I seen the participation, I finally realized I outgrew some of the shows. I can't get no more than 200 to 300 people in there. I can't use this building no more.
Yeah.
So I booked. I'm an advanced person. I booked Jamil Temple before my show in December. So before I even had my show, I had already had my date booked for this year.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you knew it was gonna be that big of an outcome.
Yeah,
you knew it.
Because I keep tabs of what's coming in and what's going out. So
Yeah.
I knew like this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
So Jamil Temple came this year, so I'm like, damn, what I'm gonna do to make it different? Oh, but in between that, I did Fashion Week, June 26th through the 30th.
Here?
It was a week event, yeah.
Word.
Here.
I
I
missed
did
that.
Fashion Week for 5 days.
I wasn't here, so
Andrew and Tanart. It was
Yeah.
me and 2 other people. And I was on WLTX. Where else was I? We was like all over the place. So in between planning a show, I was planning a week-long event. So it was just kind of like I was always staying busy. So in between that, I'm shaking hands, I'm talking to people, I'm seeing people. So by the time October came for this show, this year, it was like I done moved around in so many circles. I know for a fact from my footwork that shit gonna be what it need to be. Bigger building. I mean, Jamil Temple can hold like 1,000 people, like over 1,000 people. So I was like, damn. Then my cousin Sylvia is over the radio. So she was like, yo, what you think about, radio play? I'm like, that's smart.
Lit.
So I'm like, shit, artists. Talking to Chris like, shit, get everybody that got a buzz. Snatch them up.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. So I'm like, all right, bet. So
Yeah.
that's when we got everybody who was in the show. So then I'm like, oh shit, well, Sylvia, what you think about for me being on the radio, the artists, the local artists? Because at the end of the day,
they people gonna come out and see
like
to see them perform. Even if they ain't fucking with the fashion show, they gonna come see them perform.
right? And it's like, shit, we all from the same city. So if that's that opening, make sure you taking care of everybody else too. It ain't all about self. But I mean, from the outside looking in, everybody got different views. But to me, that was major. Like
facts, that was major.
Because a lot of them never been on the radio. So it's just like that whole experience was like lit to me. Like, damn, like this shit really happening. And like the buzz just grew. So after that radio, the buzz grew even bigger. Then Jamil Temple put it up on the billboard. So now you got people riding by on the interstate, and all you see is like Lionhearted Fashion Show. October.
Did you have to pay them to do that, or they just? What you think made them do that? You think it was they heard the radio buzz?
I don't know.
Did that shit surprise the hell out you? Like, how did you find out about that?
Somebody called me and it was like, bitch, you seen the billboard? I was like, no. And it was like, look. I was like, Chris, go ride by. And then he was like, it's up there. And then my best friend called and she was like, bitch, I'm about to take a picture. So at this point, it was all over the place then. So I was like, shit, it's up for real now. Like,
it's super up.
It's up.
Yeah.
And then the night of the show, like, I was everywhere. Like, it was somebody of everybody in there. It was anybody you could think of in Columbia was at that show. And then the good thing about it is it was every set in Columbia that was at the show. Nobody acted stupid.
Right.
Everybody came to have a good time. By the time the night is over, if I'm lying, I'm flying from ticket sales to head count. It was at least 500 to 600 people in there. Yeah.
Shit. Now, at an event like that you having, are you able to enjoy it?
I definitely did.
I always hear that.
Towards the end, I turned up a little bit, but I'm so self-efficient. It's a sad thing and it's a good thing because at some point you need help. I don't like help. So it's like, if I feel like something, shit, at the show, I had people who were supposed to be putting bottles and shit on the table. If I feel like something I was putting the bottles on the table. I was putting the ice on the table. I was putting it, I was everywhere. I was in the back. I was in the front. I was putting the VIP shit out, bringing bottles to the bartender. Even from the setup, those 25 VIP tables were sold, 6 chairs per table. That setup, I had 3 or 4 people. I set that whole building up with the help of maybe 6 to 7 people, but I didn't hire nobody. I just did it. I'm so self-driven to it's kind of if I want something done the right way, I got to do it myself.
Yeah.
I got to.
And that's going to take you a long way, though. And that's how you've gotten as far as you have. Thinking ahead, being self-sufficient. I mean, and knowing what you want and being able to execute it. Definitely. That's super dope. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's really dope. Now, you told me you have one fashion show left. Why are you ending the fashion show series? I think that shit is just innovative, and I feel like it could just keep growing. And it's just super. And I ain't get to go to one yet.
But
I'm
you
going to the last one.
Yeah, the last one. You gotta come to the finale. I just feel like when you have fashion shows as big as those, it takes away from branding. So to me, I feel like I've done enough. It's time to pass the torch. Like I did what I did, and it was what it was, and it was successful. So now it's just kind of like my mind frame has changed. Like, don't get me wrong, I like doing fashion shows, but I also have February of last year, I took a trip to a manufacturer because in my eyes, I don't want to be a clothing line. I want to be designer now. I'm thinking bigger. So in order for me to think bigger, I have to move differently. So I have to take my focus off of fashion shows and get back focused on my brand. So 2020, I'm in the process of making those steps to focus on my brand, but I'm also going to, get right for that last show. But it takes a lot to run a show like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you got to have a solid foundation over here before you can finish doing what you're doing over here. And I don't want to be that person where I'm all over the place and I'm skipping like, oh, well. And then it's like people like, why you don't have a store? You want a store? Why you don't have a store yet? I'm not in no rush.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
Right.
That's not my move. You have to be, when everything is handcrafted and made by Myazia, then that's when I'll get a store.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep putting stuff that anybody can get in the store or keep selling stuff to anybody. Like, my mindset and my mind frame has changed in between these 5 years. I want different. I want better. I want better quality. I want better stuff. I want to be able to sell something and be like, nobody else ain't got that. That shit exclusive. So it's like, in order for me to do that, I got to get fully focused. I can't be fully focused if I got over 200 participants over here I'm dealing with, and then I got to deal with everybody else who want to be a part of the show. You got to, like, that's over 500 to 600 people I'm in direct contact with. I can't do what I need to do over here.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a lot. I mean, every day leading up to the show, you dealing with something that got to do with the show.
And then on the back end, I'm still working a 9 to 5.
Facts. Do you ever get time to rest?
No.
You don't pick one day? So you just always working around the clock. Damn. So what do you do to unwind?
I don't think I really...
You shop?
I do that.
You do? But damn.
But I've become more of an online shopper because I don't like being around I don't like crowds. Like, I'm a people's person to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So it's like...
You like to deal with people on your own terms. Facts. I'm the same way.
It's not personal. It's just...
Yeah. You got to recharge.
Yeah.
You got to recharge.
Like, it's draining.
Facts.
It's very draining. So it's just kind of like, when you dealing with all of that, by the time you're ready to sit down and want to do other stuff, I'm tired. I get up at 5 o'clock every morning, 4:45, 5 o'clock.
That's early as hell.
Yeah, like, and I still got to be a parent. I still got to be a significant other. Like, I got other shit I got to do on top of being that go-to person. And then I got a business page. I got an inbox. And then when you don't inbox people, right when they inbox you, just kind of like, oh, now I'm on your page. Oh, I inbox you. And I'm like, bro, I promise you it's not personal. Like, I got so much shit going on. Like, I'm only one person.
I'm cooking
like,
grits, nigga. Damn. Shit.
I'm trying.
Fuck.
I'm trying.
Now, being a mother, a significant other, and a boss, and you have do you ever get time to cook? Or is that shit out? Like, I'm not cooking a motherfucking thing.
I used to.
So ain't no motherfucking fried chicken for you, Chris. You ain't getting none of that shit. That shit is dead, nigga.
I used to.
But I'd imagine, though, man, it's hard. It's definitely hard.
But it's like, I know what I want.
Facts.
And in order to get what I want, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah, it ain't making macaroni and cheese.
It'll pay off in the long run.
Yeah, it definitely will. It's paying off now. paying off now. Like, your name is crazy. I mean, and to have only done 3 fashion shows, because you say you did 3, right? Mm-hmm. To only have done 3 fashion shows, and your last one to turn out the way that it did, that shit was crazy. It was super dope. I mean, just the magnitude you did it on, the artists that you had performing. You had the hottest nigga out of South Carolina, the South period, performing at your like, it was just crazy. Then you had them niggas on the radio. It was just wild. It was dope as fuck. Like, that shit was dope. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of y'all, man. Y'all too, man. Power couple, man. Jay-Z and Beyonce, man. Of South Carolina. So, what do you? I know you want to get into manufacturing, designing, and all of that stuff. But what is your end game and your end goal? Like, what are you doing all this for? Deeper than the money, deeper than taking care of your daughters, and you know what I'm saying, being able to have the things you probably didn't have. I mean, well, you had a lot as a kid, but you know, it's probably things you wanted growing up that you couldn't have. I know you want to take care of your mom, your dad, and stuff like that. But what outside of that are you doing this for? What's the bigger purpose of all of this?
Just to be able to set an example. It goes back to that leader. Like, I have so many people around me. Like, when you that glue, it's kind of like, it's deeper than the money. Because sometimes it's not even, it's a lot of shit I do and it's no money involved. It's just off of the strength of, I feel like I got a purpose. And my purpose is to share with other people. So it's just kind of like, it's not all about the money. Because it's a lot of times where it's no money. Mm-hmm. It's just, I'm doing it because I see that it's an influence there. I get inboxes all the time, like, it's always people you don't know.
Facts.
It's always people you don't know. Like,
facts.
You don't even know what you doing for people that you don't even talk to, or you never even seen a day in your life. Mm-hmm. So it's like the end goal is to be able to be that person, to be like, I did this, but on my journey of doing this, I was able to not only put other people in positions to do stuff, but for them to look up to me and be like, she where she at, but she ain't leave nobody behind. She wasn't all about self. Like, her end goal was to make sure that everybody was in a position to eat. Yeah. It's kind of like that figure to be like, okay, well, I can go to you. I can come to you, I can ask you a question without you looking at me like, nigga, you ain't pay for that. Like, why you asking me how I did this or how I did that? Yeah. It's never that deep. Right. Because if you confident in your product and what you got going on, 1,000 people can do what you're doing. And it don't even matter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the cream always rise to the top. And back to what you were saying about, you know, people who don't know you being inspired by you. Like, you know, the inspiration behind my podcast is a podcaster named Combat Jack. He's dead. He died like 3 years ago. But if it wasn't for him, none of these podcasters would be where they are. Joe Budden, Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, like none of those people, because he started the Loudspeakers Network off of one podcast. I never met this man a day in my life, but if I never listened to his show in 2015, I would have never started a podcast. And I don't think a lot of people would have, because Charlamagne got his podcast deal from him. Angela Yee Lip Service got her deal from him. Tax Stone, Star Brim, like all of those people, they have podcasts under his network. And this one man started something that inspired millions of people. And he literally brought the genre up from here to here. Now Joe Budden is the #1 podcast on Spotify. And that's the goal. Yeah. For me, that's the goal. Yeah. Like, and I can see you doing that. Say, like, I did it. Like, you can do it. You already doing it. You inspiring people, man. I feel like I gotta get on my shit, man. For real. Fuck. All of this shit. I'm like, damn. I gotta get on my shit. If you're not motivated watching this interview, man, you need to go back to sleep. Try again tomorrow and turn this shit back on, man. For real. But what's next for you though? What's like the immediate next, other than your fashion show that you got the finale? I don't think it's gonna be the finale because you know what I'm saying, like this shit is gonna be big, major. You're gonna be renting out even bigger venues and shit like that, having bigger artists and shit like that perform. So it might not be the finale, man. You never know. But other than that, like what's next for you in the immediate future? I got a kids fashion show first.
Okay.
Doing Fashion Week, I was working with kids. Okay. I loved it. So, I mean, I was like, damn, well, let's do a kids fashion show before I hop out with mine. So that's already booked. That's June 7th, 2020.
Okay.
That's what's gonna be next, and then the fashion show. But June 7th is the kids fashion show. It's gonna be at the JW, the Gwen Center, and we starting at ages 4 to 16, and we're gonna have vendors, designers, like kid models and all, like just so they can have fun. Like,
yeah,
that's what's next.
Yeah, them niggas can pop apple juice bottles and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Pop hugs and shit. You know. Have some bottle service for the little niggas. Yeah, that should be dope though, man. That's what's up. So, you know, for all of the people out there, you know, that want to get in touch with you, that want to check out your stuff, that want to buy tickets to your events and shit like that, like where can they find you at?
Right now I'm maneuvering where I'm cleaning up Instagram.
Okay.
And redoing website, but they're both still up and running. So the Instagram is at shop BYLU. The Facebook is Boss Your Life Up Clothing LLC, and majority of the time everything is on my personal page, which is Myazia Johnson, Myazia, last name Johnson. 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna be hard to figure out what I got going on or what's coming up next, because I use my social media platform, even my personal page, as my promoting. I promote all day.
Facts.
From the time I get up to the time I go to sleep. So it shouldn't be hard to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
It's all in.
Yeah.
And I'm big on that too. Like,
yeah.
I feel like as an entrepreneur, I shouldn't have to scroll more than 10 seconds to figure out what it is that you do.
Word.
Like that, like I feel like sitting in a room with people who are already where I want to be and listening to conversation, social media can kind of like make or break you. You know how some people be like, nah, it ain't that deep. It's my page. Like, it's that deep. Because even in the job world, I work in an office, but some people don't even get a job because of what you post on social media. And then you got some people who won't shop with you or who won't sit in your chair because of how you carry yourself on social media. So that goes back to what you said about, you know, like advice to give. Make sure it's strictly about business. It's okay to have personal things that, you know, you like to do, but that's what you got a group message for. Or face-to-face conversation. Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, you know, aside from your brand, you are a business too when you have a business. You know, your namesake, your reputation, all of that stuff matter. Your face card. Yeah, definitely. Because, I mean, you can have the most fire clothes, but if you got a reputation for being shiesty, who the hell gonna buy them?
Nobody.
They gonna think you gonna run off with the sack. You ain't never gonna send the clothes. You know? Right. So, are you thinking about mentoring people?
Of course.
So is that coming next, or are you gonna wait till you get more, you know, more paper, get more businesses, you know, sell more sweatsuits, quit your job, shit like that, until
I got a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Nah, like, I mean, I do it sometimes now. I just don't speak on, you know. I'm the type of person, if I'm do it and it's from the heart, it don't gotta be spoke on.
That's lit.
So I do that now on the low. I just don't, you know.
Yeah.
But I make time. If I have a lot of people who reach out for mentors, and I respond.
Yeah. That's real.
Yeah.
And you're not one of those people who, you know, post on social media like, oh, this is my new mentee. You know how people be doing them long spills and shit. I was commenced by such and such it drove me to want to reach out and, you know, be a big help to this person and all that lame ass shit. Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah, it's definitely happening. It's just not being posted.
Yeah.
So.
It's from the heart. Yeah.
So if anybody sees this and be like, I want to reach out to her, that's confidential. You ain't got to worry about, you know.
Yeah, y'all reach out to her, man. Just don't be on no bullshit, please. Please don't be on no bullshit. Some weird motherfuckers follow me. Because most of my shit I post on Instagram. So, you know, anybody can reach out to you on Instagram from the Explore page, all type of shit. Like when I did the series, you know, little sidebar. I did the series, right? So I interviewed a scammer. I posted the shit the first day that it came out. And this nigga DM'd me. He was like, yo, I'm trying to figure out who the first person was that you interviewed for your series. I'm like, why? He was like, because I want to know if you or him know how to scam. I was like, who are you, bro? Like, he was like a football coach. Like, he was the most random nigga in the world, man. So random, man, it'd be weird as fuck, man. So when y'all hit her up, don't be on no, please, man, don't be on no bullshit.
I can read in between that. Sometimes, if I feel like, in my heart of heart, I feel like I got a gift for gab. It's a lot of shit I call before it happened. And everybody around me know that. Like, I got like 8 solid people that I keep around me other than my family. And I can read in between shit before it come. Or I can look at something and be like, nah. And so I won't reply. And then that's when you get the backlash. Like, oh, she Hollywood. Nah, I don't have to have a conversation with you to know what it is that you're coming for.
Yeah, you ain't Hollywood, you Harlem.
So it's kind of like, you know, I'm a know.
Yeah.
I'm a know.
Yeah, you gonna know. You definitely gonna know.
No,
you got a keen sense of discernment.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll tap into that later. I ain't ready for that right now.
What?
To tap into that discernment.
Discernment? I mean, you gotta have discernment. We all do. You know what I'm saying? We all gotta have that to get through life. That's where your fight or flight come from. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you coming on the show.
Always.
It was definitely a dope conversation. I learned a lot about you. I feel like my listeners did too. I feel like women out there will be inspired by what you do. You know, you're the third. Well, I wouldn't count her as a female guest because that was like some other shit because it wasn't really inspirational. She was a sex worker. No disrespect, but you know what I'm saying? But you're the third female I had on my show. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this would be a dope, inspiring conversation because, you know, I want to have strong, because, I mean, women get ostracized a lot in the media, social media and stuff like that, especially black women. So I want to give black women a platform to really, like, express themselves and, like, talk about their businesses and have other women get inspired. Like, my big sister, she just started a nonprofit. So any female I have on my show, like, she's listening, she's watching, she's tuning in. Any entrepreneur, she's tuning in, listening to
I thought about
it.
doing that, too. I honestly, one of the things that I did want to do was open up a shelter. You know how, like, in New York, they have, like, shelters or little, like, group, not I won't say group home, but, like, a center. Mm-hmm. You got centers in New York. Mm-hmm. There's no centers down here.
No.
So it's just kind of like, where do the kids go other than in the hood, you know, to play? But then we trying to tell them, like, it's more to life than the hood, but we're not giving them the opportunity to have somewhere to go.
Yeah.
So eventually, that's my next, you know, move. I don't know when, but that's something that, you know, I really want to do. Like, I want to open that here. I feel like that's what we lacking. Like, we need that.
Yeah, something like a community center.
We need that.
Not just where kids can hang out, but maybe where they can learn skills and stuff like that.
Absolutely. I feel like Columbia definitely needs that.
Yeah, we do. Definitely do, man. You know, niggas had Greenview Park back in the day. And that shit is nice now. You know, they got a dope pool. I mean, you know, you might find some shit in the pool, but it's a dope-ass pool, you know what I'm saying? Where kids can go there and they feel safe. Like, when I was growing up, I did not feel safe going there. I used to be scared as hell. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely need that around here. I just don't think we have the funds to in South Carolina.
Yeah, so that's where it's important to, when you get out, don't forget where you came from. Mm-hmm. So when I get out, I'm not going to say if. When I get out and I touch what I need to touch, oh, it's most definitely going to happen.
I'm forgetting about you niggas. I'm telling you. You niggas, I'm forgetting about all you motherfuckers.
I'm coming back.
I'm not coming back. I'm coming back to goddamn.
I'm coming back.
I'm riding through. I'm just riding through like those motherfuckers. But nah, man. Thank you for coming on the show, though. For real, for real. I really enjoyed this. My listeners did, too. Y'all check out Boss Your Life Up Clothing. Buy tickets to the next fashion show. I mean, shit. Hit her up if you want her to become your mentor, and just watch her page, man. She got a lot of dope shit coming. If you're not in South Carolina and you can't get in tune with the events, you're a loser, and you should definitely just buy her clothes or some shit like that or watch from the sideline. Muddy Waterz, we out.